haven't posted in a while, and I'm sorry about that. It's been a hell of a few months for me. The person that I moved in with basically ended up paying a lot of stuff, and she just went about it the very wrong way. And that's okay, because not everybody's mature, 4 years older, you'd think, and I need to keep in mind that people's age doesn't define their maturity. Somebody can be like 15 and be more mature than like an 80-year-old. And, you just gotta understand that not everybody's on the same mind field as you and things like that. So, because I paid a lot of, money, and I was literally there for less than 2.5 weeks, and I paid for all of it. So now I'm in a current civil suit just to get my money back. Nothing that thankfully she can fight, because I have all the receipts. I have everything in proof, along with the fact that I wasn't there for very long. So why am I paying for an apartment, or, was paying for an apartment that legitimately I wasn't even in for 30 days? So it's a little frustrating. It's a lot of work. But I do just want to have a quick message for you guys that if somebody is counting on you, whether it's a partner, a friend, somebody you just care about, don't let them take advantage of you, especially financially. Obviously, depending on your finances, like, you work hard for your money. You work hard for what you want and what you do. And when other people are taking advantage of it, I get it. You're like, you know what, I make more, I can contribute more, I can do more, especially when you really care about somebody. But they should also bring stuff to the table too. And if they're not, you need to drop it. And I know it's so much easier said than done. Trust me, I've been through this, and it took me a while to, like, once I fully stepped back, like, I had to process everything before I even did the next step, because it took a lot for me to do all this. And I know, as I said, everything's so much easier said than done, but honestly, to go through these next steps, like, it's, getting to that final step, getting to that finish line of, you are worth more. You're worth so much more. And if you're putting in all this effort for people who aren't giving you anything, it's not worth it. It's not worth your time, your effort, your emotion. Like, the people who are there for you, that they'll show. So when all this was going on, like, my true friends stepped up. They helped me with a lot of stuff. I couch surfed for a little bit. Like, everything comes together, and I knew who my true people were at the end of the day. I personally can't not work, but she stopped working when she was doing all this moving process and didn't have the income. And I was just trying to step up and help, because I like to help people when I can, especially if I know I have it in my account, or I know I can help, even if it's a shoulder or an ear, whatever it is. I try and help in any way that I personally can, especially people who I really care about in my life. And it's a big crutch for me, and I need to stop doing that. And it's a lot more self-worth, and it takes time to do it. And slowly, within the past few months, like, I handled everything. I can proudly say how I handled everything. I'm super proud of myself. I wouldn't change it. Sure, some of the text messages, or, some of the conversations towards the very end, I would have changed some of my wording and been a little bit maybe more polite. But at the end of the day, like, I was frustrated, like, but I was never mean. I never stooped to her level. I never did anything that wasn't true, and true to myself. And it's okay to step back from people who are negative, who are draining you. It's okay. You don't need them. And as I said, it's so much easier said than done. But I'm here if you ever need an ear. And honestly, going through these bigger emotional rides, you find out who your true friends are. You find out who you can truly lean on. And if it's somebody who's just taking, all they're doing is just emptying your cup when you're filling theirs up. And that's not worth it. You need people in your life that's also going to fill up your cup, when your cup is getting drained. Not every circumstance is going to be the same, but just, especially when it comes to your hard-earned time and money and what you're doing for somebody else. If they're not going to do the same for you, it's not worth it. There are people in the world, there's so many people in the world that will do the same for you, or at least will try their best to make it up and to do what they can in their best way. But if they're not, I promise, you don't need that toxic in your life. And it's okay to let it go. It takes time, and it's a process. No matter how long you've known them, no matter how passionate you are feeling towards them, it'll all be okay. The people who really matter will show you that you matter and that you're important, because you are. You're loved. You're cared for. People in the world love you. No matter how much you might not have that self-worth, there are millions of people that do and that will always care for you and pick you up. And if those people aren't the people that you thought they were, then that's okay. And as I said, it's all easier said than done to step back from toxic people, but take that step back. Evaluate who you're surrounding with. There's some really good books out there, and a lot of it's, the 5 people you surround, yourself with, like, that's kind of who you are. And that kind of defines you. And, like, with everything, as I said, that happened, like, my true friends, like, stepped up. Everybody was there. Everyone was asking me if I was okay and if I needed anything and what did I need to do and whatever, like, trying to help me. Sure, they could have gone around some of things a little bit differently, but everything was out of their heart. It wasn't malicious in any way, shape, or form. I needed to do it in my way because I needed to process everything first, so that way I could make a plan of action to then set myself up for success. Versus saying, yeah, I need to do it. Because I'm the first person to be like, yeah, I'll do it, and then I never do. I'd like to avoid. Personally, that's me. And if you're like me, set that date, set that plan, and just go with it. No matter how hard it is, just do it because it's worth it. I promise it's worth it. It might not feel like it. It might suck. Probably will, but it's okay. Take out those toxic people. You will be so much happier in the long run. And life, I promise, will come together. So just be positive as much as you can. Try and keep at least your cup half full. And if people keep taking it and draining it, you don't need them. I promise. But if you ever need an ear, if you ever need someone to listen to, please message me, comment. I'm here. I promise I will be actually posting more videos because now I'm in a lot of a better place than I was a few months ago. In the past month, I've filled up what I needed to do, and it's nice, But take that step back for yourself. Do what you deserve because you need that break for yourself as well. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to step back. It's okay to just, self-soothe. Like, go on a trip. Just spend time with friends and family. Whoever, cheers you up. Like, just surround yourself with positive people and people that care for you. Because they're going to be the ones that will always pick you up. And if they're not, I promise, you'll be so much better once they're out of your life. And again, it might not feel like it at the moment and in time. And you might take a month or 2 to heal or longer. And that's okay. But take that time for yourself. Because you need to grow and you need to do what is best for you. You're cared for. You're loved. And don't forget that.